four amazing animation guests. Mr. Christopher Freeman. Mr. Dave Whitberg. Michelle Ross. And Ray Delisle.
No, we had the boys against the girls.
We were going to say boy, girl, but that didn't work out.
If this shows up on anyone's blog and I don't get credit.
Of course it's going to show up on the blog. So you'll have to pay $2.95 an hour to watch it. Sweet. So, if you guys want to introduce yourself and maybe give a quick breakdown of who you are and what you've done, and then we'll throw open to the questions from the audience, and Dave, please put your hand up, and then Dave will bring your microphone and talk to them. Awesome.
Hello there, I'm Ray Delisle, and I do Daphne on Scooby-Doo, and Big Jump, Fairly Odd Parents, and Mandy on Billy and Mandy, and Azula on Avatar, and...
Like you're done already?
Okay, let's see. Hi, I'm Michelle Love. I always seem like draw a blank when it's time to tell everybody what I do. Rukia from Bleach. Yuki from Haruhi Suzumiya. Tsukasa from Lucky Star. I don't know if that's her yet. Kogias, I play Princess Euphemia and Young Lelouch and Arthur Kitty. Let's see what else. Chi from Chobits. Aoi-chan from Ayoriashi. And Fujiko from Lupin the Third.
Oh, we have
We have the boy back over here. I am Dave Whitberg. I play, Kakashi in Naruto. Sora and Dot Hack. I know all of the grunties, if anyone is familiar with that. Let's see what else. I was Henry in the third season of Digimon. I was Kaoru in Yoriashi, I believe. What else have I done? I was Solomon in Blood Plus, which you and I were in together.
Children.
I'm sorry, what?
Yazu from Advent Children.
That's right, Yazu from Advent Children. This is why, Saito from Ghost in the Shell. This is why you need to because I literally don't remember anything about anything ever. So if you know something else I might have been in, or would like to take credit for, Disgaea! Yes! I was pretty! Yeah, that's right, pretty dude! Pretty dude! Non-stop. I think that's enough for now. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Freeman.
Hello, how is everyone out there? Good. I did a couple shows. Ghost in the Shell with Dave as Totosa. Advent Children is Rude. Gias with her as the crazy Jeremiah Buckwold. Wolf's Rain, Witch Hunter Robin. Owl's Moving Castle. This little show called Helsing. Alucard, and a bunch of video game stuff. Played Superman in the Justice League Heroes video game, and Albedo in the Xenu Saga Madness, and now Baldur in the Two Human, the new Xbox 360 game. And Spider-Man. We're working on the Spider-Man series where I played Electro. Oh yes, and that show Naruto, is that popular? If you remember Naruto, we're playing Itachi. Question.
It's so hard to see you guys with these big old lights shining on our faces.
It's like we're on stage.
I know. Like there I am.
I have to say also, this is the single loungingest couch I've ever been on.
I know.
But I feel like if I fall asleep, don't take it personally. I landed 3 hours ago after a 14-hour flight from Los Angeles. So I'm not even sure I'm actually here. So if I'm not, this is one of the coolest dreams I've ever had.
Where did Bill go? Are we just supposed to do like a question and answer thing?
Yeah, question and answer time now. So
okay.
Questions, guys.
All right.
Questions.
There are hands here.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
here.
So, Crispin, what's the story of Yuri Lowenthal asking you to get out of his bedroom?
It's funny how usually like Yuri's the younger brother, I'm the middle brother, and Steve Bloom is the older brother. And so that's usually how we get cast. Like Yuri's young Superman, and I'm sort of mature Superman in the video game. So he just had fun, and he was referencing Noeen, where they actually put the outtakes on the DVD, which they always say they're going to do, and they never do, but on Noeen they did it. And so there's some silly lines of him yelling at me for being in his room, because Yuri's silly like that.
Hey, is Gordon Lock on here yet? Gordon Lock on there?
I've watched it though.
No, Gordon Lock.
I forgot to say
Thank you, good night.
Yes.
Hi, Crispin.
Hello.
Again, I'm back to stalk you.
Craziness.
During the Haruhi extras, Haruhi comes to interview you, and
Yes.
it's fairly kind of obvious on the video, and you go into a long spiel about the motivation of your character, and it's quite clear to watching it that she's kind of going, I have no idea what he's saying, but he's really hot.
It was the hypercube that did it, right? That's the hotness. That's what we're talking about fourth dimensions, yeah.
And so just between you and us, what was going through your head during that interview at the time?
I wanted to see if she would come with me as far as, Alderaan. Like how crazy could I go out there with her and see if she could still follow me. And she was a good sport and went with me. And I just kept throwing strange stuff at her one after another to see if I could make her crack. And she did, so she was good.
Thank you. You guys are well. I love your shows. How is it different doing like cartoon or anime than doing it for a video game?
Everything is a little bit different. The challenge, probably the most challenging thing you can do is anime because there's so much more involved than just doing whatever the character is. You have to match lip flaps, you have to match the Japanese intention so that you're not totally creating a character of your own so much as just an interpretation of a character that already exists. Whereas with video games, and especially with animation, Gray and I used to do a show called Code Name Kids Next Door. I was the dodgeball wizard, among other things. And we used to work with this guy, the gentleman that created the show, and we called him the Node Major. Because, yes, there was nothing that was big enough, loud enough, or more over the top enough for this guy. So, in situations where you're doing original animation, you have pretty much no restrictions. Like as far and as crazy as you can go. Whereas with a lot of anime, and even with a lot of recent video games where they're trying to keep everything cinema verite, too French, cinema verite, like real. It's sort of everything is a lot more controlled, a lot more theatrical. So slight differences, but it's definitely anime is the hardest to do by far, right?
I think so.
All right, the ayes have it. Thank you. The motion passes.
This is a question for Crispin. Regarding Eureka 7, I don't really understand the whole mythology references, like the king, like the one who killed the king and the golden bower and all that. Could you explain that?
Oh my God, how much time do we have? Sato-san, who created Eureka 7, he specifically talked about he wanted to put in the Buddhist references and whatnot, so hopefully he caught some of those with the Nirvash and Nirvana and whatnot. I'm not quite sure what he was doing with the Golden Bough. For those of you who don't know the show, one of the main antagonists is reading Fraser's Golden Bough, which is a famous book. And they're all leaving. Thank you, and good night. It's a famous book about the evolution of religions and mythologies, and even though it's not terribly accurate, it's still sort of important in the history of mythological studies. And so the bad guy is sort of reading Golden Bough, and then my character Holland, who is his brother, is also reading the Golden Bough. And it has something to do about the myth of the Golden Bough is that there is a golden bough on a tree, and there's a guy who protects it, who's the priest of the tree. and you basically get the golden vow by killing the priest, but then you become the guardian of the golden vow. So it's a safe place, but once you get there, you always have to be on guard because someone's going to come get you. So I assume that's what Sato-san was trying to do with the whole golden vow mythology. I'm not sure if he really understood what the book was about. His understanding of Buddhism is a lot better than his understanding of Fraser, but it gets rather involved. But if you want, go read the book, Fraser's Golden Vow, because it's pretty cool, but it may give you a headache.